I really have no clue how I watched this many shows, but let's get started. Fire Force Season 3, and it's obviously going to be a must watch. If you have not watched Season 1 and 2, just go back and do it. You're missing out on a great show. And since Season 3 is the final season, it's going to have some of the best moments. The ending, which I'm not going to spoil, but it's going to be amazing when it comes out in January of next year. This first episode of Season 3 was just a setup, so I would recommend for you to somehow catch up if you can by the time Episode 3 is out. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a must watch. Don't miss it. And from amazing animation, we go to the beginning of the end, which I'm going to put in a skip, but it's basically about a king who used to be the most powerful on his planet, gets assassinated and reincarnated into another world. And to be honest, I would say it's a great idea if it wasn't for the powerful presentations that I feel like I'm sitting through this first 2 episodes. I really wish that I could defend the animators or the studio that made it, but I have found nothing to give me any reason for since it's been about a year since they got announced. I really do believe that they did the show dirty and they should have picked a better studio, if anything. So yeah, I'm not sure where this is going, but it's going to be a skip for me, and I would say don't waste your time with the rest of the episodes. But yeah, moving on. My Hero Vigilantes is definitely going to be a recommend. I don't think it's a must watch just because it's a spinoff, but I do think that it's really good, and it's basically set in the same world as My Hero Academia, right? It's only a few years earlier at the moment, and you follow a university student in his road to try and become a hero as well. Vigilantes is obviously more about the underground heroes that happen to be in the neighborhood when other heroes are not available and whatnot. I would definitely recommend you to watch it if you like the main series. Now, when it comes to ecchi shows, please put them on. Takamine-san is definitely not for me. I think I have stopped watching them so long ago and they just don't interest me at all. If you're a fan of the show, definitely go for it. I see nothing against it. It's whatever. It's on Crunchyroll. And the only surprising thing is that they put that 18 plus rated show on Crunchyroll. I have not seen something like that in so long, and it's crazy to think that they did it again. But yeah, if you're a fan, go for it. Not for me, so I'm going to be skipping it. And then we got a more safe for work show in Catch Me at the Ballpark. And this is definitely going to be a 3-episode rule. I definitely enjoy the comedic moments between the Gyaru and the office worker that just goes there to relieve stress. I think so far has been pretty funny, and I think the slice of life moments are pretty good as well. Although it hasn't been a rather famous manga, I think it's definitely worth your time if you're into this type of show. So yeah, give it a watch. From that, we go to Lazarus, which is a MAPPA original, and I'm definitely going to say it's going to be on the recommend. It's basically about a group of 5 people, aka Lazarus, who are set to find a doctor who developed an all-curing medicine. And now, after he has been MIA for 3 years and has since come back, he basically said that anyone who took the drug is going to die. So yeah, the group is to try and find him. It's kind of like a reverse heist in a way. But so far, the anime has been pretty good, and I would definitely recommend for you to watch it. From then, we go to another comedy in Witch Watch. And Witch Watch is going to be a recommend for me as well. I think so far it has made me laugh for sure. And we follow Nico, a witch, and Morihito, an ogre. And since they're going to start living together, Morihito's her familiar needs to protect her and make sure that she's always safe, especially because there is a catastrophe that is supposed to happen a year from now. Overall, the show has been pretty funny, and I will definitely recommend for you to watch it. Now we go to what is the surprise of the season for me, and that is going to be To Be Hero X, and that's going to be a must watch. We basically follow a society in which trust develops heroes and gives them their power. Overall, the first episode was great to see, especially the animation. 3D has been a concept for a while, but every time it's been used, it looks terrible and dull and just looks so much worse than everything else. And they made it work in this one. And honestly, I was left surprised at how good it looked. Another thing is the cliffhanger that we got at the end. I'm ready to see episode 2, and I will definitely tell you that this is a must watch for the season. Then we go to the Wit Studio original, which is going to be Yaiba. And there's 2 reasons I'm watching this. And the first reason is because it reminds me of the 90s style type of animation, if I'm being honest. Makes me feel like I'm watching some show from back then. And the second one, it makes me feel quite a bit younger. But yeah, in all honesty, the show's basically giving me like Goku vibes from the first Dragon Ball. Although in this case, he lived in the jungle and he came to the city and all he wants to do is train and be the best. I might end up dropping it depending on how good I feel or how nostalgic it makes me feel. I don't know, but we'll see. Another 3-episode rule is Kowloon generic romance. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna end up watching this, not because of the romance mainly, but because there's a sci-fi element to it and it seems pretty good. We basically follow 2 real estate employees in Kowloon, which, I mean, somehow they managed to rent out apartments, and I didn't know that you can make Kowloon look like a nice city to live in. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be something to watch out for, and I definitely see the potential of it when it comes to the sci-fi aspect. Obviously, I'm still watching it because of the romance, but yeah, I would say give it a chance. Then we go to Sword of the Demon Hunter, and to be honest, the first hour premiere definitely had me hooked. Basically follows a sister and brother who, after being orphaned and running away from home, got picked up by a, you could say, samurai or sentinel as they're calling the show, who protect the shrine maiden from demons. And it's been pretty good. And so far we kind of saw the ending to what I think would be the manga itself, aka him traveling for 170 years to prevent a catastrophe. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil more, but I think you should definitely watch it. Now we got the Guilty Gear anime. And to be honest, this is going to be a 3-episode rule, mainly for 2 things. If you're a fan of the games and the lore, I know you're going to be watching this, especially because the animation seems to be directed at those type of fans. Don't get me wrong, it looks pretty good, but I know a lot of anime fans are definitely not going to be into it at all. The other reason why you would follow it is to see the characters from the actual fighting game, I guess, fight in the anime itself. I know there's going to be some that are added to in the future as well. But yeah, this is kind of like a nice gift to all the gamers that play this game. But yeah, I'll say give it a chance. And I'll say the same thing too about Your Forma, which is basically about a genius crime investigator who has an AI robot for a helper because no one else can keep up with her. She basically dives into people's memories to try to solve the hardest crimes around. And it's definitely a little intriguing, I'll say. I'm not sure if I'm sticking around with it, but I'll say give it a 3-episode rule as well. Maybe it'll catch your attention. And if you don't like these slow moving anime, you're definitely going to drop it by then. Now we go to the Gorilla Gods' Go-To Girl. And to be honest, this is going to be a 3-episode rule, mainly because I think a lot of people are not going to enjoy it. But for me, it's going to be a recommend. We basically follow a girl who has just received the blessing of the Gorilla God, and it just makes her 7 times stronger, faster, whatever the case it is, right? Compared to a normal human. And after she gets it, she's scouted by the Royal Knights and completely obliterates everyone else that's on the test. I think so far the gags and the funny moments have been pretty good, and I've been really enjoying it somehow. So yeah, I'll say give it a chance. If you're not into it, you'll know by the 3rd episode. Next, we got Can a Boy-Girl Friendship Survive? And honestly, as much of a fan of a romance that I am, I might be saying to give it a 3-episode rule. We basically follow Himari and Yu, who are childhood best friends, who are always together, and she's super clingy, and I guess it's supposed to develop feelings for him throughout the anime. I'm not sure if this one's for me. Maybe I've seen too many and I'm a little tired out. I definitely want to see a blue-haired girl finally win, so I might stick around for it. But other than that, if you're into the romance category, you're definitely gonna enjoy it and watch it. Next, we go to Rock is a Lady's Modesty. And to be honest, I'm gonna be watching it just because I like metal and rock music, and I've always wanted to play guitar. But it follows a group of 4 girls who go to an elite academy in which they're supposed to be always ladylike and whatnot, but instead they're over here playing drums and singing and playing rock and whatnot. It's definitely been entertaining for me, but again, just for the music. And if you're not into it, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna like it, especially top with the CGI of the show. So yeah, I'll say give it 3 episodes. If it's not your type of music, I would definitely say just skip. Then we got Makina-san, and this is definitely another not for me. It's just another ecchi, and yeah, I'm just not gonna be watching it. Then we got the Ruler of an Intergalactic Empire, and this is gonna be a 3-episode rule. Honestly, I've watched all 4 episodes of it, and so far it's been all right. I wouldn't say that I'll drop it or anything, but I think it's been more of like an average show that you might watch. The main character gets reincarnated after having a pretty terrible life in which his child is not his wife cheats on him, and then he gets framed for embezzlement of funds of the company that he worked for. And then after he dies, he gets transported to this world, which is also not the best for him. But yeah, overall, everything has been all right. Again, it's just an average show. After that, we got the Atelier Meister. And yeah, I mean, this is again just an average show. It follows the story of Kurt after he gets kicked out of his party, which was SS ranked and one of the top in the world, and basically he just looks for work but doesn't realize that he's probably one of the most broken characters in the whole world, since he can make anything out of nothing. Again, it's just gonna be your funny type of show where a character's strong and doesn't realize it until the end. If you're into it, sure, go for it. If you're not, again, 3-episode rule and you'll know for sure. I might stick to it just because there might not be a lot of things to watch for me in this season. But yeah, now we got Once Upon a Witch's Death, which again is going to be another 3-episode rule. We follow this apprentice witch who has just been told that she's going to die in 1 year if she can't collect 1,000 tears of joy from other people, you know, just doing favors and whatnot and making them experience joy. So far, I think the main character actually makes the show. She's pretty emotional and flips from one side to the other, and it's quite entertaining. I'll say give it a 3-episode rule. If you're into it, again, you'll know. Now we go to The Brilliant Healer, and again, this is just going to be another run-of-the-mill every season show. We follow Senos, who is an underground healer and just kind of helps out whoever he can and asks for an equal payment. I really didn't feel anything special from the show, so it's going to be a skip for me. I don't think it's going to be that good, and it's just going to be something that I could have avoided. But yeah, if you're into those type of shows where a character's super strong, go for it. but I'm not. So yeah, now we got this Shiunji Family, and to be honest, I don't know if this is a harem show or not. I haven't really kept up with anything about it or read anything about it other than knowing it's from a Rent-A-Girlfriend creator. And the show basically follows the life of 7 siblings who have just been told that they're actually all adopted. It's just a big prank, you know. Dynamics are gonna change between the siblings and whatnot. So it might be interesting to some sense, but I'm not sure. I don't know yet. So I'm gonna give it a 3-episode rule. If you've been following, you've probably been a fan since the beginning. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Then we go from bumpkin to Master Swordman. And yeah, this is just going to be a skip for me. I watched the first episode and I really didn't see anything fun about it, I guess. But it follows a Master Swordsman who teaches in the old countryside of the Empire. And one day, one of his students comes to pick him up to go teach the Royal Academy in the city. And that's really about it. I mean, he's super strong and now he's going to be recognized as one of the best in the world. Next, we got That's Journey. And it's going to be another 3-episode rule. It basically follows a young manga artist who is struggling to make a new draft and gets her 3 recent drafts rejected by her company. Anyway, she goes on a journey and kind of just changes the scenery, helps her out to think of what she wants to do and think of a better way to create a manga that she can actually be good for. And yeah, this is really going to be the whole show. If you like slice of life, this is definitely going to be a show for you. And it's something I'm definitely going to watch, but I didn't put on recommend because again, it has to be kind of a specific taste for you to watch it. And last but not least, we got the Yandere Elf that follows you to your own world. And again, not for me. Call me uncultured, call me whatever, but ecchi anime is just not for me anymore. So I'm definitely gonna be skipping it. But yeah, that's about it. Every other show that's down here I have not seen or it has not aired yet. But yeah, let me know what you think of the list or if you disagree with some of them. But yeah, I'll see you later.